Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace and I got more TF2 commentary. And yes, you are not dreaming, I am in fact playing as a spy, which only happens once every blue moon, so cherish this moment, relish it with everything you've got, because it won't happen again too often, or too soon at least. I am of course rocking the Ambassador, the Spicicle, because I suck as a spy, also the DR because I can't live any other way. But also the red tape recorder, there it is. And I am going to be talking about the red tape recorder and giving you guys my perspective on the Sapper, as well as my experiences with it, in addition to experiences I've heard from other people playing engineer or spies themselves. And as the disclaimer already stated, of course, I suck as a spy, so if you are a big fan of the spy class, then prepare to cringe quite a bit. And that was a face step, I believe, or a very inconvenient spy step for the scout. Nonetheless, I got a backstep, I'm happy with it. And the fact that I really hate the spy class should not be compromising my opinion about the red tape recorder. I will try to be as objective as I can. Because if you look at what it actually does, it downgrades a building relatively quickly. It has actually been nerfed already. Within the 24 hours that it came out, it actually got nerfed, because first of all, when it first came out, it took 1.6 seconds to downgrade, and now it takes about 3 seconds if I'm not mistaken. So the time almost got doubled. And even so, I still think that this weapon, this Sapper, is still incredibly overpowered. Not in the sense that it destroys your sentry fast than the regular Sapper, but because of the scale of the inconvenience it causes is beyond the level of a mini sentry. And hear me out, because let's just talk about possible situations where you can find yourself in, either as a spy rocking this weapon, or of course the engineer. And that, by the way, was very stupid. The scout within me basically took over, and I, for some reason, walked into that rocket. I don't know why I did it, because, well, basically let me say this: I am not the stealth type. I'm more of the I'm going in guns blazing type, and it doesn't really work with the spy, strangely enough. Nonetheless, getting back on track, let's say you are a spy with the regular Sapper. You're fighting a engineer with basically a normal sentry nest, level 3 sentry, level 3 teleporter, level 3 dispenser, right? If you are a regular spy, you're just gonna go in, sap everything and get out, possibly try to get a backstab or some shots off, but normally you don't want to stay too long, because the engineer, if it's a decent engineer, which I'm also going to assume for this analogy or for this example is the case, he is probably going to shoot you or hit you, so you don't want to stay too long, right? And he just basically gets the Sappers off, repairs a little bit, and he's good to go. He lost perhaps a little bit over 100 metal repairing everything, but that's pretty much it. While you are either forced in DR, perhaps very weak, and you really have to be careful. Alright, perhaps you find yourself in a position where you can stick around just a bit longer to annoy the engineer. You replace your regular Sapper on everything, you keep spamming it, and if it's a decent engineer, he probably will smack you first before doing anything else. And then he has to repair a little bit more, but everything still stays. And perhaps he loses one building. By the way, I didn't cut this dev comment out because I did get both buildings with my red tape recorder. I just wanted to show that off. I have no clue why I did that, but there you go. So he loses potentially one building. Let's say, for the sake of this argument, he loses the dispenser, which is about 500 metal if you go from placing it as a new dispenser as well as upgrading it to level 3, which is 500 metal. And of course, then in addition to that, he has to repair his level 3 sentry and his teleporter. Let's say, for the sake of this argument, he loses 600 metal in that entire example, where the spy sticks around a bit longer, gets a building destroyed, but has to get out because the engineer is not stupid and he will smack you in your face. Alright, now let's go to the red tape recorder. And this is where it gets very interesting, and it still shows why this weapon is highly overpowered. Let's say if we go into the first example, but then use this with the new Sapper. You go in as a spy, you place your red tape recorders down on every building, and they start to downgrade. Alright, the engineer directly starts hitting them off, of course, but things already have started to downgrade. And if that engineer doesn't react instantaneously, he doesn't have to repair, but he has to rebuild or re-upgrade his buildings. So let's just say they all have been downgraded to level 2, which means he has to spend 600 metal to get everything up to level 3 again. And that's basically just a spy getting out, you know, just running around, just placing and getting out again. 600 metal gone, without too much of an effort as a spy. Now if that spy stays on a little bit longer and gets everything downgraded to level 1 before he is forced to get out, which is not that hard to do, even with the nerf of the red tape recorder, it's still fairly easy to actually do, then he has to spend double the amount. Double. So it takes 200 metal to upgrade from level 2 to level 3, but now he's level 1. So that's 400 metal a building. 400 for the level 3 sentry, 400 for the dispenser, 400 for the teleporter. That's 1200 metal gone for sticking around just a bit longer. 1200 metal. 12. You can argue, okay, he doesn't lose his buildings entirely, but he has lost 1200 metal just for a spy to put a little bit of effort into it and get out before he dies. And everything is so weakened that a simple, reasonable person on the other team can destroy everything with significant less effort. It's insane if you think about it. It is so inconvenient and it's so annoying, this new sapper, that I don't even understand why it hasn't been completely adjusted or tweaked yet. But let me know what you think. I still think it's overpowered and highly inconvenient, but I don't play a spy that often. And if I play engineer, I usually play revengineer, because I am that guy, and you will hate me for it, but that's just how it is. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know also if you play spy mainly or engineer mainly, because I think that this sapper should be banned, and most likely will be banned in competitive play. But we'll have to see that in the future to actually know if that's actually going to be the case or not, if it doesn't get nerfed again. Anyway, check the annotations at the end of this video, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys possibly next time for some new videos. Take care.